fund client, I have pension fund client. Pension fund is a very, sidetrack a little bit, is a very unusual and unique species. Itself is a fund, because you can imagine the name pension fund. It's set up as an investment vehicle, right? Usually is regulated by certain country pension fund law, etc., like our MPF. However, pension fund itself is a very important investor. It's a very important institutional investor. Now, in Hong Kong, we are home to many world-class pension funds, but they don't do advertisements. And we, as the host of Hong Kong, we don't do advertisements. Oh, now we have such an honorable guest called XX Funds. APG, which is the asset management arm of ABP, the largest Dutch pension fund, regional headquarters in Hong Kong. CPPIB, Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board, regional headquarters in Hong Kong. Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, regional headquarters in Hong Kong. Church Pension Fund, the U.S. Church Pension Fund, U.S. 200 years ago, after the Mayflower incident, the Protestant church started in America. It owned a huge amount of property and huge team of clergymen and staff members. So it's church pension funds, regional headquarters in Hong Kong. The Rocket Martin Pension Fund headquartered in Hong Kong. So many of such pension funds actually have their regional headquarters in Hong Kong. And they are a keen investor in infrastructure projects. Now, for the Belt and Road initiative, infrastructure is a very, very important investment type. The pension fund is very different from you and me. You and me probably hope that we trade in the stock market. Tomorrow we will earn $1 billion, then we can retire. But for the pension fund, they need to make long-term investment with acceptable risk and steady, stable return. So infrastructure is what they like. So examples in Indonesia, so there are different infrastructure projects in Indonesia required by the government. So hopefully in the Belt and Road Initiative, with China involvement and other commercial enterprises from all over the world, including those from China, they could participate in the development of Indonesia. Now, what can we do in Hong Kong? Okay, now you might have heard this term, superconnector, a few times. You might wonder, what does it mean to me? I have explained, try to highlight a few examples on the boxes here. We could be involved in bond issuance, asset management, fundraising, traditional trade and bank financing, insurance, property insurance, life insurance, different financial products. Now, in this BC map or BC diagram, I try to illustrate that for a Hong Kong company or for a larger or very large conglomerate, they need to have someone to look after their money. So we already changed our tax law to facilitate Hong Kong to become a corporate treasury center of choice in the region. So CTC, we do have tax incentive for CTC. So that would attract talents like you to go to work for a treasury center or the supporting services for a treasury center. Okay, so for a Hong Kong company or corporate treasury center to be involved in the Belt and Road project, so that could be related to manufacturing, logistical support, construction, project design, there's no architecture, there are all sorts of services that could be involved in a Belt and Road project. Now, of course, government can provide some initiative as well. So the Hong Kong Monetary Authorities in July this year has set up an office called Infrastructure Financing Facilitation Office, IFFO. Currently, there are 58 members as up to, I think, end of October. So including many pension funds and banks. All right, now this is a general high-level diagram depicting how a company or a group of companies could be involved in cross-border projects. The projects can be financing project, can be manufacturing projects, can be e-commerce projects. So usually as a tax advisor, so now I'm wearing my tax advisor's hat, we need to think of several things: holding structure, legal holding structure. Number 2, financing structure. Number 3, what do you do with the intellectual property? The intellectual property, including know-how, including design, all the secret formula, and then operating structure. What do you do with the people? What do you do with the process? Whenever there are cross-border exchange of goods, services, know-how, and money, you can see different arrows. You could have flow of royalties, flow of dividend, flow of capital gain, flow of interest, provision of services, that means service fee, sale of goods, that means purchase price. So you could have active income and passive income. So there are lots of tax planning opportunities. All right, now I want to end my presentation by a few more slides. So first of all, I have slightly mentioned the Corporate Treasury Center. In fact, there are lots of China conglomerates. Since the past 30 years, they have done tremendous job in expanding outside of China. So every day they have enormous amount of foreign currency earned by the group parked outside of China. Where should they put the money? Of course, we as Hong Kong would say, we are a special administrative region. We have the sound and sophisticated financial infrastructure. Park your money with us. We are very, very good. Okay, so we have this Corporate Treasury Center initiative, and we are seeing lots of China conglomerates are setting up CTC in Hong Kong. So how you can participate, there are some examples here. So financial services, banking, insurance, asset management, risk management, leasing sector, infrastructure, logistics and trade, consulting, legal, tax services, accounting, design, engineering, technical testing, analysis, and don't forget linguistic. If any one of you speak or can speak any one of the 65 countries' languages other than English, I'm sure you'll be in hot demand. Okay, so to recap, I would really think that Belt and Road is not only for, say, people like Florence Yip, or people like Bonnie, or people like Agnes, or people like who have already got a job, already working. Belt and Road is a long-term initiative. There should be plenty of opportunities for all of you here and all your friends and also your other friends. So I hope that you will find this sharing session informative. Thank you.